Okay, let's run.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
It's a quest. It's a quest for fun.
Well, The Rock says, why don't we just cut right to the chase?
Okay, now he wants to get together. Well, he wants to talk.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
It's showtime, folks!
What are you?
Greetings, salutations. This is And I Quote, a weekly show where we introduce some of the best creators from all over the world, and we find out more about them by taking your questions, more importantly. I am your host, Ryan of And I Quote channel, and our guest on this episode is not just any man. He's an extraordinary individual who's got big visions, big plans, and the force is strong with this one, I would venture to say. Hence the reason I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt, which we may talk about a little bit later on. You never know. Please welcome Phil Russertt to the stage. Hello, good sir. It's good to see you again after all this time. How you been?
How are you, man? Thanks for having me on, and thanks for the absolutely exaggerated compliments toward me.
Hey, we aim to please here on the show. We absolutely do. But we're happy that you're here. We're also happy that you are here who may be watching or listening to this program right now. So do not forget to like and share. If you have any questions for our guest of honor, Phil Russertt, let us know in those comments. Let us know in the chat. More than happy to take those, as they come in respectively. And my goodness, some people are already fired up and ready to talk about this thing. My good friend Pink Cashmere is back after a slight absence. She says, "I'm Batman." Well, Pink Cashmere, if you want to call yourself, "I'm Batman," go right ahead. I don't mind. Victor Medina says, "Hello, fellas." What's up, Victor?
Hey, Victor.
Back in the woods, Victor. Good to hear from you. And by the way, this is for everybody. If you have any links or some upcoming crowdfund, Kickstarter campaigns, drop those links in the comments. We want to hear from you guys. We support each other around here. That's how we do business. But so, Phil, just if you don't mind, just asking a minor, biographical question. Tell us about yourself. Who are you?
I am not Batman, but I am a nurse by day, publisher, writer, editor, distributor, and soon printer by night. Basically just your average schmo who loves comics and doing what I can to help the industry I love.
There you go. Short, sweet, and to the point. Now, I've been hearing a lot of stuff on the interwebs, but I'm just curious. So Philbo distribution, if I'm not mistaken, is a real thing. It is out there in the world. So for someone who's unfamiliar with it, what is it exactly, and how has it been going for you so far in its early stages?
So Philbo Distribution, much like Lunar and Diamond and Universal and Penguin Random House, are a direct market distribution system that connects comic book publishers with local retailers all over the world. Actually, at this point, we don't deal with obviously the mega publishers that those companies do, but we are here for small press, Zenescope, Antarctic Press, Devil's Due, Asylum. God, I forgot their name. I don't know why. Asylum Press. There you go. And a lot of smaller publishers, and myself included, Philbo Publishing. And basically, what we do is we have our catalog, and we solicit your monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, etc. Publications to these stores that they will order them and put them on their store shelves. John Hagman of 10 Ton Press, another great company, is here in the chat. Just 10 Ton Press. You guys should check them out if you love rock and roll books, and also if you just like other fiction stories. They do some great stuff.
That sounds intriguing. Yeah, John, good to see you here. Thanks for being with us. Do greatly appreciate it. So someone who is wanting to dive into this thing and get a little bit more information, here's the website that you've put together, and my goodness, it's just ridiculously good looking and professional.
All the credit for the website goes to Maura Powers, who is currently my product manager, but she will be coming on board as a minority share owner of the company when we go to POD. She's been invaluable with everything she does, and she's doing all the web design, putting up the catalogs, and she just makes me look good. So she's the front line while I'm the quarterback. I'm getting all the credit, but she's doing all this wonderful stuff online.
So in other words, clear eyes, full hearts. They just can't lose, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reference for you. Yeah, I mean, by the way, all these Phil View covers, they're really good looking.
Yeah, we don't charge the small publishers to get a cover on the catalog. I don't want to make my money that way. We want to help promote them, and obviously through better sales, it helps us make money as well. So we randomly will pick a cover each month and make that small publisher, with their permission, of course, the cover on the Phil Views. And just so you know, Phil Views is intended to be a pun, a kind of joke in regards to what used to be, previews with Diamond. So that's kind of the fun of it, because it's comics. Let's have some fun. Hey, Shane.
Yeah, lots of people are chiming in on this one. Yeah, and he says, "Hey, Phil, I made it to the chat this time." Yeah, well done, Shane. You made it. You're on time for once in your career. No,
Shane does scratch comics out of the UK. If you love
really?
Dracula, some horror stuff, they do some great stuff, and they also solicit through us.
Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, the website looks great. I think the business model is fantastic, and this is definitely gonna change things around here. This is gonna change the game to a certain degree. What's going on right now with Philbo, whether it's distribution, some of the other Philbo comics, and then what do we have coming up in the pipeline?
So I am publishing Tragedy and distributing it through my own distribution system. I'm also doing Sergeant Flag, which you saw there with G-Man Comics, and I do Night through our distribution system. Soon I'll be doing Madcaps, which just is wrapping up its third campaign on Kickstarter right now. So that's pretty much what we're doing with my publishing part of this. As far as direct market distribution, as I said, is going strong. June 1st will be our 1-year anniversary of launching the catalog, which ironically may very well be the date we start the POD, print on demand. With the print on demand, I looked at the things that are hindering and hurting small press, and in my opinion, when you hurt small press, you hurt free thinking, outside the box, passionate news stories, which I think in the long term hurts the industry. I know that a lot of people, anybody can make a comic now, so not everything is great, but not everything in Marvel and DC is great. But there are a lot of amazing small press books out there that you may not know of because they're small press and they're not getting the opportunities. Hey, Mike, great artist, Mike Mez Phillips. So one of the obstacles is print costs are crazy. For those who don't know, there's offset printing. Basically, when you print like 2,000-3,000 at a time on a different type of machine, you can get a lower price, but you have to invest thousands in dollars into those 3,000 books that you may be sitting on inventory a while. And a lot of small press can't really take that chance and throw that money out every month. So what they do is print on demand, where there's usually no minimum or a minimum of 25 or something low. But the problem is then you could be paying upwards of $3 and something cents to $4.10 for a single issue saddle stitch book, which people refer to as floppies. There's no profit to be made there for small press, and they don't have the advantages of large volume that Marvel and DC do. So I felt we have to solve this, and the best way to solve this is I will buy a $100,000 printer. I will hire the right people that know the industry and know printing and file formatting, etc. And of course, I learn everything that I need to every day. And we are going to provide printing services at the fulfillment site, not just for our distribution, but for the public. You will get a better price if you go through distribution. But either way, we are going to be the lowest printing prices for saddle stitch comics in the entire country. And I stand by that. We will also do 11 by 17 prints, 6 by 9 prints. We're starting off with saddle stitch to start because we want to do this right and launch it, pace it slowly. We want to provide high quality at at low prices, and we want to represent all the publishers that trust in us very well. So as we grow, and to be honest with you, the feedback so far, I think we're going to have high volume. We'll start investing in perfect bound and foil and things like that as we go. But right now we'll be doing saddle stitch.
That's great, and congratulations on all that. It's fantastic. And if someone is, they're interested and want to, what am I trying to say? Jump on board. I see you got a very thorough guide before anyone should submit anything to you, which is all here it's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So
yeah, I mean, with all due respect, I don't have the bandwidth, the capability to give everybody attention who sends me messages in DM asking questions about the distribution. I also have learned that when I was trying to keep up with and do that, a lot of people just weren't ready for distribution. So unfortunately, we need to, see if you're eligible for distribution before we can dedicate the time to explain it more to you. That's not to say if you have a question here or there, if I have the time, I can answer, but we ask that you please just go to the website, submit yourself. To be honest with you, it also looks good that a publisher would take the time to do their own research and homework. If you tried to reach Diamond or if you tried to reach Luna or whatever, they wouldn't even respond to you unless you did the submission. So it's not an ego thing. It's just a bandwidth thing. If you could please just submit through the proper channel on the website, do your homework, come to us with what we're asking for, and we'll respond either way, whether we feel you're ready for our distribution or not. I will respond either way. But it's easier for me not to do a half-hour video chat with someone that I find out, like I've had some people say, well, my first Kickstarter is almost done. Well, then you're not ready for distribution, and I'm sorry, but and I feel bad telling them that, but now I just spent 30 minutes in a video to find that out, and I have very little time. So just submit, please, by the guidelines.
Understood. And we actually took the liberty of posting the link to this wonderful website in the comment section of this video below, and also in the description of the video, so you can take a look and read all the fine print, as they say. Read the bold print. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You stole fizzy lifting drinks. You bumped into the ceiling, which anyway. Sorry, I may have watched that movie just a few times as a youngin. Sorry. These things happen. So sometimes, good Lord. Shane says it's a real game changer for small indie publishers when it comes to you, Phil, and your incredible operation you got over there. And then Angel goes on to say, I work at a company that does saddle stitch and what is it, Perfect Blind, if I'm not mistaken. And we're crazy expensive, sadly, but Phil Russertt is on the up and up. Top notch, too.
Thank you, sir. I will forward that money to your bank account shortly. I kid. It is big for small press, but we do want to, the larger publishers can save a lot of money as well, not going through customs, going overseas, because they're going to get the same offset prices, but now shipping. If you distribute through us, you don't pay any shipping costs. Now, I know larger companies don't know me and they want to, see how this goes, but we guarantee you that we will deliver whatever we say we're going to deliver. We're not here to hurt anyone's business or this industry. And I certainly didn't go through all this so that I could fall flat on my face. We prepare, we work, we do the research, I hire the right people, and I grind daily. I'm only 27. Look at me. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true. No, you are. You're only 25. It's okay. We forgive you. I'm old as dirt. I mean, I'm just ancient compared to everybody here in this studio. You guys are just youngins. You find folks in the chat, and Phil, who's sitting next to me right now, you're youngins. So,
yeah.
In the words of way back when I watched this movie, a lot of times, what was it? I think it was VHS tape. Someone taped it off of HBO at the time. Anybody remember that? Yeah, we did that a lot as kids. In the words of Christina Applegate, enjoy your childhood. Yeah, remember that one? Don't Tell Mom Babysitter's Dead.
Yes.
Yeah. That's one of those under the radar movie. Unless you grew up during a certain time period and you actually were there when that thing came out, you're not gonna know what it is. You're just not. It's an under the radar film. To a certain degree, it's a bit under the radar for me, but it's really good. It's really, really good, and it's funny. So there is that. There's a throwback. John says this is a major solve for the shipping costs.
Yeah, because these small press people, not only are they paying those high printing costs, but then they have to pay to ship the books to me, the distributor. Now they don't have to. They send a file, which now they're not spending how many tens to hundred of dollars shipping, whatever, depending on their order size. And then they're actually going to make money per book even. And then we can afford to give retailers larger discounts as well. So this, again, when the publishers are able to cut their costs and I'm able to cut my costs, we can then trickle that down to the retailers so that they can succeed, because we need them. And it's about all of us, being able to succeed. I don't want it to be publishers are suffering so retailers succeed, and I don't want retailers to suffer so publishers can succeed. I want us all to succeed, and I think this model is going to work where all three of us, the distributor, the publisher, and the retailer, can walk away making money.
So it's fair to say a rising tide lifts all ships.
Absolutely.
I think it's fair to say rising tide lifts all ships. That is for certain. Once again, this is a quote with Phil Russertt here on this episode. Don't forget to like and share, and thank you for everybody who's chimed in so far. Some of you people I haven't heard from in a while, so it's very, very nice hearing from you. And yeah, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments, because we got a little bit of time.
Real quick, I just want to say I had to cancel my appearance at HorrorCon today. I'm sorry to David Donovan. I had some unfortunate family obligations during the day. But in East Rockaway, I think it's the Bethany Church, HorrorCon is twice a year, and it's a great one-day show for families. I think it's $5 donation to get in. You have some great vendors, small publishers, artists, etc. So go to Instagram and check out HorrorCon, and you'll see all the information. But again, my apologies to David for having to cancel.
Absolutely, yeah, and that sounds like a good show too. And by the way, that's a unique name, Huracan.
Well, it was born out of the hurricane that hit Long Island and devastated the church. So he did it to raise money for the church.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good thing. It's definitely an incredible cause, that's for sure. Myron's here. He says, "Good evening, everybody."
Hey, Myron.
Yeah, Myron. What's up, man?
I didn't forget you. I was going to try to read your submission today. I unfortunately had family stuff, but I promise I will get to it.
It's going to happen, Myron. It's going to happen. And then Pink Cashmere goes on to say, Ryan is, Pink Cashmere, darling, you're just too kind to me. I know who this is. Good to hear from you, by the way. I hope everything's well in your neck of the woods, respectively, of course. But yeah, no, I was going to say congratulations to Ray Jameson for Madcaps, because Madcaps is a really, really unique storyline. And not only that, but the artwork is stellar. And
and that's Vic Medina.
Yeah, and anybody who carries a sword and just, goes to town is a good character, I guess, in my book. I don't know. It's a weird thing, Phil. Ever since I was 6 years old and watching that little indie show called Power Rangers, I had this affinity for heroes who carry around swords. Whether it's, Jason the Red Ranger from OG back in the 1993 days, or, what is it, King Arthur, or laser, which in this case is lightsabers with Luke Skywalker, and
right, Conan
the Barbarian, which, Robert E. Howard's character, which that's a pretty interesting stuff. I got The Coming of Conan the Cimmerian, Volume 1 is sitting right over here on my TBR shelf. I got to read that at some point, because I am fascinated by Robert E. Howard's history of characters, because I remember watching the movie for film class when we were in college, the movie based around Solomon Kane with James Purefoy. So that was really good.
Thundar the Barbarian, best cartoon ever.
Oh yeah, John mentioned, yeah. Which I haven't seen Thundar the Barbarian in a hot minute, Phil. I may need to sit down and watch some reruns.
It is so good. It could, if with the right budget, that's something they should adapt to a live action movie and do right. It's so good. It was cinematic back then.
Is that right?
Oh, it's so good. Kirby was involved with Thundar. Oh yeah. And by the way, I just want to say on the topic of Conan, Ablaze had their free comic book day, the Cimmerian.
Yes.
I'm very, very proud that Phillip Distribution was able to get those books to the stores that ordered for free comic book day, because I heard that they unfortunately didn't get out anywhere else. So I'm very proud that we were able to do that for retailers, and we were the only distributor that was able to get those books out on time. So, and I don't mean that as a knock on anyone. I'm just letting you know that we work hard at this distribution to try to do what we need to do for everybody to succeed.
All right. Well, people are chiming in about Conan. Check out the current Conan series from, what is it, Titan? Best Conan comics for years. Okay, and then he goes on to say the comic by Dynamite is great.
The Thundar comic.
Thundar.
Yeah, I want to pick that up.
Okay. Well, I guess I got once again the TBR list just continues to.
Yeah.
I blame all of you in the chat for this. Shane, John, I'm looking at you. I got more comics when I go to my local comic shop in the next couple weeks here. When I have some time set away, I can get some Thundar, and I wouldn't mind reading some Conan, because, like I said, I like characters who carry swords, and plus the mythology around certain characters is always fun. So nothing wrong with that. And thanks for telling me that these are some of the best Conan comics in years. That's good to hear, because it's not always easy putting those out. So that's that's very true. That's very, very true. 100%. But yeah, I'm trying to think. You seen any good comic book, or maybe not so comic book based TV shows lately that have wowed you, or something that knocked you on your keister? Because I know you're looking at my shirt and you're like, yeah, Maul Shadow Lord is awesome, which it is, by the way. It's the best series I've seen in years.
Yeah, I try to catch things here and there, and with them being half-hour episodes, it was a lot easier for me to be able to watch. and I had wrapped up the last episode, and it was so good. Maul Shadow Lord is really good, and it also, I won't spoil anything, but it answers an age-old question. But yes, really good series. I look forward to season 2. I think Disney has been stepping up with the Star Wars cartoons animated, like they did with Asajj Ventress and the other Tales of the Jedi, etc. They've been really good. The Bad Batch.
Tales of the Sith,
Yeah, the live action, but the animated, they've been really doing really well with that. So yeah, you should all check out Maul Shadow Lord.
It's, oh my gosh, like that finale. We were, and by the way, when a certain character, sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen, cover thy ears if you haven't seen Shadow Lord, but when a certain character dies, I did let out a big no, like I lost it. When a certain character died.
You know, if everybody remembers at the end of Mandalorian, you were hoping, please let that be Luke. Please let that be Luke. Well, it's not Luke, but something similar happens in this series that they hint at something like, please let it be that character. Please let it be that character. And it was like, yes, really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah, we lost our collective minds when certain characters showed up, when cameos were made, surprises were abound. I would venture to say, and then yeah, when you killed off one of my characters, I was so mad, and I'm like, where's my action figure? Where's my Funko Pop? Where's the T-shirt? Give me like anything from this show, because they did announce the recent line of action figures from the Black Series, if I'm not mistaken, that they're going to be coming out with from Shadow Lord, and one of them is Maul, the other one is Devin, the apprentice of Jedi Master Daki, which is great. I think one of the Stormtroopers, I want to say. And Rook Cast has been announced as one of the action figures, so that's good, because I want them all, Phil. Like Pokemon, you got to collect them all.
And the Inquisitors, there was a cool Inquisitor in the Crow.
Yeah, the one with the mask that was different than just the black mask. But yeah, no, he's called the 11th Brother, but he also goes by the nickname the Crow. And I thought, oh, he's menacing, all right. Yeah, he's a threat. And when they're spinning their sabers, and I'm like, geez.
And I like that they kept his dialogue to a minimum. He kept him mysterious, threatening. I think like there were 2 words said by him in the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like, we got to retreat or something like that. I can't remember what he said, but it's very, very good to me. Star Wars, very, very good to me. So yeah, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan, because Maul Shadow Lord is literally on fire. Shane says, I was surprised how good the Maul Shadow Lord was. It was very well written characters. Yeah, Shane, I'm with you, man.
Now we need a show or a cartoon of this lady right here.
We do need a tragedy series that's got a animated series or something like that. That's gotta have it. Dan Price is in the building. He says, "Evening, fellas. What's up, Dan?"
Bigfoot Knows Karate. I think it's live right now, or it's pre-launch. You should check it out. Well-written series. It's called Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Oh yes.
It has a title that sometimes you might think is silly, but the book is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is very true. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, Dan, you and your tag team partner are going to be on with us on Freewheeling Fridays next week. I'm actually going to have 4 guests on with me, Phil, at the same time. It's going to be 2 from, I believe it's Homebrew Comics.
Homebrew Comics, yeah.
I'm going to have James Dawson and my good friends anyway. James Dawson, T.G. Brown, who are indie writers from Veritas Entertainment, as well as other publishers too. But they're going to be promoting their books that have been released recently, so that's pretty cool. And then they're going to plug their Kickstarters, between Dan and his tag team partner. So that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah.
Homebrewed actually distributes to us, and I just want to make it clear, when I said the name sounds silly, I'm not calling it a silly name. I'm saying some people may listen to that and be like, Bigfoot Knows Karate, and think it's this comedy story. It's actually a very mature, well-written fiction fantasy story. So don't be fooled by the fun title, is all I'm saying.
That's fair. Absolutely fair. And he agrees with you. Dan Price does. So he says, thanks, Phil. Yeah, we're plugging you, man. Always plugging your friends. That's what we do. We plug our friends. And by the way, John says, Thundar is only at issue number 3 right now of the current series, so it's very easy for people to catch up. Thanks for telling me that, John, because when I go to my comic book shop in the next little while here, I will check out Thundar, because I am curious. The series of Thundar the Barbarian, it has me curious. So I'll look for it, John. And then John, if you want to friend me on Facebook, I'll text you my 2 cents on what I think of the comic series thus far. And obviously, I'm going to text you, Phil, since you're such a big proponent of Thundar the Barbarian.
That and Spider-Man's Amazing Friends and Dungeons and Dragons are my favorite cartoons of all time. Saturday morning, boom.
Saturday, okay.
Oh, and Black Star. I love Black Star. Very underrated cartoon that some people don't know about. You should go check it out.
What exactly is Black Star? Can you give me a synopsis of that?
He's another guy, a hero that comes to another planet, and he's got this special sword, and he rides this dragon type thing, and he fights the Overlord. It's fantasy. It's the same realm of He-Man and Thundar and all that stuff, but just a whole new tale. But it's fun, and it's from the same animators that did like He-Man and Tarzan back then, and Flash Gordon, and so it's that really fluid, mature animation. Black Star, you should all check it out. Yes, it is Alex Toth, actually. Thank you. You're right, John. It is Alex Toth. Great cartoon. Very underrated.
I'm not familiar with this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I
Google it.
Google it, or maybe it's on YouTube like the other
Yeah.
animated shows are. Because I remember, it's funny too, because I may not know too much about the character of Conan the Cimmerian, or Conan the Barbarian, but I do know that there was a television series called Conan the Adventurer, something like that.
Yeah. I remember that. Filmation,
like,
that was it, Shane. Thank you. Filmation.
yeah.
Yes, I was trying to remember.
Conan the Adventurer, and I'm thinking, wow, they really toned this down for kids, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Like
Well, it'd be kind of hard to make the real Conan for children.
Yeah, it's very difficult because what's his name? They toned down Conan the Barbarian. They toned down. I remember Mortal Kombat, the animated series, and how they toned that down.
They're trying to get a youthful demographic to join the IP. Absolutely.
It's so funny. It's just so funny to me that they toned it. Like there was even a Rambo TV series.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they had Mr. T cartoon. They had Hulk Hogan. They'll make anything that's popular at the time to get youth to jump on board.
Isn't that weird? It's so.
Do you remember the Thing cartoon where it was really a kid that had a ring and he goes, "Thing ring, do your thing," and he click and become the Thing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I used to love that.
That actually happened?
Oh yeah, it was a Saturday morning cartoon.
Anybody else know about this? Chime in the chat. I'm curious to hear your 2 cents because now I'm starting to think maybe I need to do more research on some of this stuff.
Oh, I can give you a whole history of cartoons, obscure, awesome superhero and action cartoons.
Have you ever considered writing a memoir or a dissertation on these cartoons as a book, like celebrate the 80s, or something like that, like an anthology, where people contribute like different chapters regarding some of their favorite shows of the 80s and stuff like that?
I haven't considered that. I wonder though if I'm writing about them, if there's some legality I have to think about. But that's interesting. An alien comic where friendly face huggers? What?
Oh, are you talking about the Alien movie? The face huggers from Alien? Because Aliens, the original Aliens, what's his name? James Cameron. That turns 40 this year, believe it or not.
Well, the original Aliens was the second one, and that was James Cameron.
Yes.
Yeah, Ridley Scott did the original.
What's it? Dan says Thing Ring. That was Shazam. Like
yeah, because he goes Thing Ring, do your thing, and there's like a kind of like a Shazam, like lightning, electric, and all of a sudden he's the Thing. It was really funny.
Yeah, and then Shane goes on to say, check out Space Sentinels, which is a great 80s cartoon for the time. Shane, is that what you're getting at?
Another great 80s cartoon that they're bringing in the Energon universe is Mask.
Mobile Armored Strike Command.
Yes, or is it? Yeah, is it Command?
Yeah,
with a K.
Mobile Armored Strike Command, I think is how it goes.
Okay, yeah, there's another good one. I had those toys too.
You had all the toys?
Oh yeah. Fun.
A long time ago, we interviewed the voice actor for Matt Tracker from that series. That was
really? That's cool.
To tell you the truth, that was one of the first interviews here at Anti-Quote Studios that we ever put together. And he was doing charity work at the time. He was all the donations were going towards a cat shelter of some kind, which is great, by the way, great cause. And I asked him, I said, what was it like playing Tracker? And then I asked him what was it like voicing this enemy on the Power Rangers series, because he voiced a few, Lord Zed's, monsters.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and I was like, what was that like? And it was great. I will send you the link so you can go back and watch it, because yes, we talked a lot about Mask. And I gotta say, even though it was before my time, sorry, I'm a bit young, the theme song for Mask is pretty good.
A lot of those 80s cartoons had pretty good theme songs. They were really, really cool.
I think Mask had one of the better themes. Obviously, Spider-Man and Spider-Man His Amazing Friend, like all that stuff. That just makes perfect sense. Shane goes on to say Centurions, which was another great show from its time. Yeah.
Silverhawks, Thundercats.
Another one.
What was it? What was the underwater one? Not Killer Sharks.
Street Sharks.
No. It was from Thundercats and Silverhawks. They did an underwater one.
Oh shit.
And I have that. There was SWAT Cats was another good one. The animation was cool and it was action and a cool theme song.
Wow.
Bionic 6. Yeah, look at us pulling out all the old Tiger Sharks. That was it. Thank you. I have it on DVD, actually.
Do you?
It's not a legit DVD, but yeah.
You went to a different route with that one there, buddy boy?
Because it's not, they didn't put it on.
Visionary.
And Dungeons and Dragons, I have a very rare DVD
Do you?
role-playing edition where it has their character sheets. It came with dice, and it gave them, and it had, incorporates them in the D&D RPG world. So it's pretty cool. Visionaries, that was another one.
I never heard of Visionaries, Shane. You're gonna have to educate me on that one.
A lot of good stuff.
There's so, gee whiz. But yeah, if you're ever interested, now granted there are some channels you may have to go through, but I just think it's kind of cool that you know so much about all this stuff and you're passionate about it. You may want to think about potentially piecing together an anthology where you dedicate a chapter to certain shows and that people can contribute to it and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
I don't know. It's something that could happen. And then hey, look, Ray Jameson's here. He says sign up for Papa.
Yeah, we just briefly talked about Mad Caps and how it has, I think, 6 days left on its campaign, guys. So please go support if you like Dungeons and Dragons fantasy, but not your typical cliche story. You're going to really enjoy this. It's the 3rd and final issue of the miniseries, so you can get the entire series with this campaign, which some of you may hate to wait and see where it goes. Now you can get the whole thing in one shot, and I recommend you do. I was never into Rocky and Bullwinkle, Dan. I just couldn't get into it.
I watched reruns of that as a kid. He says, I still have a VHS of Dungeons and Dragons. Wow.
Yeah.
Shane. That's old school right there, buddy. Those little bricks you had to put in a VCR. Anybody remember those
Yeah.
things?
I remember 8-track. Don't tell me about bricks you had to put in. I had 8-track.
They were bricks. There was also, what did you
8-track.
There was Family Video. There was Blockbuster Video. There was Hollywood Video. The one we had in Maryland was a thing called Arrows. That was a mom and pop thing. That was cool. There was West Coast Video in the Eastern Shore of Maryland, where I'm from personally. So, I mean, my first experiences with certain movies and professional wrestling was through West Coast Video, Phil. I don't know if I told you that or not, but that's how I got the biographies of certain WCW or WWE superstars.
Sorry about the person in the background.
It's okay. Yeah, it's all good. Shadows in the background. Who knows? It's all good. Charles says, oh, yeah, 8-tracks. That was a little before my time, Charles. Sorry, I'm dating myself here. Just tad. But
as far as classic and vintage, yeah, Papa is a Silver Age tale that is basically a 75-year-old Vietnam vet whose granddaughter is unfortunately kidnapped by the Italian mafia, who's at war with the Yakuza. And he's has an estranged relationship with his son. His son blames him for a lot of things growing up because his son doesn't understand the sacrifice his father was actually making for him. So this is an action tale of a man who has to find a way to protect and save his family from 2 ruthless organizations. At the same time, harbors a secret that you find out at the end of issue 1 that catches everybody off guard. So as much as an action tale, it's also a story about the sacrifices that fathers and men make that we don't always recognize. And, they may get the blame for something or they may get hated for it. And then it's only when you grow up that you find out what they were really suffering in silence for your sake. A lot of fathers, a lot of husbands, a lot of men, they go to that job they hate every day, or they make those sacrifices and they don't say a word, and then they come home and they still answer the toy phone for their little girl, or they still make every dance recital or every football practice. And no matter what that man is dealing with on the inside, nobody will know because he's just doing what he's got to do. And it's kind of a testament to every man that makes that sacrifice. Don't get me wrong, I love women. Without women, there'd be no life. But I do think women do get recognized more often for their sacrifices and contributions, as they should. But men usually suffer in silence. So I just wanted to write something that was a tribute to every man out there that answers that toy phone, no matter what they're feeling on the inside. And at the same time, it is a Silver Age action comic book where this 75-year-old vet has to go up against the Yakuza and the Italian mafia. But the twist is fun, and you won't see it coming. So anybody who signs up for Papa right now, I will DM you the first issue for free, PDF, because I believe in it so much that I think you'll be hooked if you read it. But you have to sign up. and it launches on Papa 2 launches on Kickstarter May 28th.
That's a great deal too. That's a fantastic. You know what? It is so great that all I can say to it is this.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Isn't it out this month? The new movie, the 22nd, I think.
Yeah, it's coming out May 22nd. Yeah, you excited? You gonna take the family to go see it?
I'm cautiously optimistic because the third season was kind of disappointing, but the second season was so good, and they're still so capable of doing something amazing with it. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hopefully enjoy it. You know, I don't want to hate on Disney because I was disappointed in some movies. I want to root for them to get back on track. This is the stuff we love, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they're already on their way back on the good track for me anyway, with Maul's Shadow Lord being a huge success. And season 2 is going to be coming here soon at some point. And by the way, Jamie's waving everybody. What's up, Jamie? I know you. It's been a while.
Hi, Jamie.
How you doing, girl? Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. Let us know if you have any questions for the guest of honor known as Phil Russertt, because it's not about me. It never was. It's about Phil. It's about this man right here, this 25-year-old superstar. You know why? Because Phil Russertt is money. He's so money, he just doesn't even know it. He's like a big bear, man.
I don't. I don't know
he
it.
is. Yeah, but you are, man. You're a big bear. I mean, you're money. I'm telling you, you're money.
Well, hopefully I'll be money, and so will everybody else if all goes according to plan.
That is true. That is very true. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. Sorry, there is an Emperor quote for you from Return of the Jedi, which I just did a rewatch of Empire and Jedi last week in preparation for more craziness with Maul, and I was just in a mood for Star Wars, so I went back and watched those two, and I thought there are so many great quotes in Empire that it's hard to pick just one, because every scene builds upon the next. And then Return of the Jedi, that stuff in the throne room with Vader and Luke, oh my gosh.
You know, Return of the Jedi gets a raw deal by a lot of people because they felt the Ewoks were too kiddie, but I love Return of the Jedi. It's my second favorite Star Wars film after Empire. I love Return of the Jedi. I mean, even just the hallway scene where he's telling him, telling Vader, you can still change. And he goes, and you see Vader show vulnerability, and he goes, "It's too late for me, son." And he calls him son. And that's where you knew that this dude could be redeemed. But nothing was more powerful in the theaters in the 80s when people were rooting for the good guys and cheering. Before Lucas did the edit that was stupid with no. When the music is building, the crowd was yelling, "Save him, save him," when he's frying Luke, and they were yelling, "Save him." Yeah. And when the music builds and he picks him up, the crowd just went nuts, cheering the same way they did when Captain America got the hammer. And it was just spine chilling, just so cool how the crowd went nuts, and they were like, "Yeah, save him, Vader, get him." And it was just great redemption, really cool.
Yeah, you see him going back and forth, looking at his master, and then looking at Luke being electrocuted, by Palpatine. Unlimited power. Anyway, that's another line from a different movie that I don't want to talk about. But Emperor has great lines in that movie. He just does, "So be it, Jedi." I mean, he says, like, "Ooh,"
Wipe them out, all of them. He says that in Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, yeah. Which, believe it or not, this is going to shock everybody in the chat. I'm sure you're going to think about this too. Phantom Menace is my favorite of the prequels. Now, when it comes to prequels overall, the best one of all time is Rogue One. Nothing's going to top that. Nothing. But as far as the originals go, I actually rank them in the order that they were released in. I love New Hope is my favorite of the original trilogy, and then behind that is Empire and Jedi. I just rank them as they were released because they're such great movies. There's no right or wrong way to rank these gosh darn things.
Yeah, I thought the prequels got a bad deal, raw deal. Look, I think the problem is people were comparing the prequels to the original trilogy. You couldn't, because it was a much larger world for the prequels that he had to manage. I mean, it wasn't just the ragtag group that you were dealing with Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie. You now had to deal with the Jedi Council. You had to deal with Padme and Anakin's change and all this stuff. Now, there were pacing issues that I wish he could have fixed, but there was so much to pack in those 3 movies and so many characters that I think it wasn't as bad as everybody said. You just can't compare it to the original trilogy. It's not the same thing. And for the most part, I was satisfied with them. I've critiques here and there, but I felt like the fans got so angry, crapped all over the prequels, that they're the ones who made him sell to Disney. And if they just respected Lucas, had his vision, it was his story, not ours, he'd still have it today, because I'm really not a big fan of Disney sequels.
No, I get that. I get that. There's been a lot of turmoil, inner turmoil, outside turmoil. Actors have gone on record by saying they hated working on certain projects and films because of how difficult it was to work on those things at the time. So it's unfortunate, but look, I consider myself, I guess, in a little bit of the minority here, but of the Disney era, so to speak, because that's kind of what it is. I love Force Awakens. Saw it 6 times in the theater. Have no regrets. Love Rogue One. And for me, movie wise, everything just went downhill after that. But the TV wise, it's been ebb and flow, ebb and flow, ebb and flow. Everything has just been very little to what do you call it? Limited diminishing returns. But Mando was really good. I actually liked season 3, despite what people say. I still liked it. I didn't hate it by any stretch. And the other thing is that if you haven't seen the animated series, Shadow, I mean, and I said this earlier when we were talking with Case, myself, and Dustin was with us too. It's just peak storytelling. If you want an entry point into who Maul was, or after the events of the Clone Wars and all this other stuff and all the mythology that goes into it, watch Maul because Sam Witwer's gone on record numerous times by saying you don't have to be a Star Wars fan, you don't have to have seen the prequels, the original Empire Strikes Back. Like none of that stuff matters. If you just go into this, what do they call it, cold turkey, and go in fresh, which by the way I don't have a problem with, you're going to enjoy or get something out of Shadow Lord, and that's why it's so effing good. Excuse my language. But it's the best thing for me in Star Wars. Me personally, I love Mando, but certain episodes are filler. Some things work, some they have not. But overall, the thrills I got by watching Shadow Lord, I haven't gotten those thrills for me personally since I saw Rogue One in the theater.
Well, then watch Bad Batch, because like I
People say how
told you
good it is.
before, I'm not as big on the military aspect of Star Wars as I am the Jedis, the mysticism and stuff.
Yeah.
Bad Batch was really good, and it also explains a lot of confusion about the clone troopers going to stormtroopers and the Order 66. Fills in a lot of mysteries there. Bad Batch was really good. I think Disney has hit home with all the animated stuff. They've been hit or miss with some of the live stuff. Rogue One was great. I actually thought Solo was pretty good. I don't think he was cast well as a young Han Solo, but the movie itself I liked. And the ending was a great ending, teasing to something more. Unfortunately, the movie just didn't do well. Force Awakens was okay, but I just cannot get my head wrapped around Last Jedi or
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. I cannot.
Yeah, Shane says Bad Batch is brilliant. Again, great character. Yeah, that's what I've been told. So I got to go back and, like I said, now.
Yeah, it's on par with Darth Maul as far as storytelling, character development. It's right there.
Yeah, so Maul's taking a hiatus because we have to wait a while until season 2 drops. Let's be honest with ourselves here. So yeah, I can make some time to watch Bad Batch and finish up some other stuff that's Star Wars related.
You'll actually wind up binging more of Bad Batch than you realize. Next thing you know, you'll have watched 3 or 4 episodes in a row. It's really, really good.
I have to keep that in mind. Shane says, I love it how you guys in the States cheer along in the movie theaters because this isn't done here where Shane is. Interesting, Shane. That's interesting.
Well, there's a curse and a blessing to that, because we also have the people that want to talk through movies and make stupid jokes because they don't get enough attention at home, or mommy didn't put them on a teat or something. So, I like those moments where they cheer the right moments, but unfortunately, we get the other side of things too.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, no, but I'm excited to see what comes for what is it, Shadow Lord season 2. I'm excited to see what I'm going to get when I sit down and watch Bad Batch. Then I can text everybody and tell them my 2 cents on it. And then Mandalorian Grogu, I don't have super high expectations, but if it's fun, if it's enjoyable, I will be cool with it, and I can live with that the rest of my life.
It'd be nice to be in the theater to see Star Wars again. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be really nice.
I think it'll be fun, and it's there's going to be a lot of audience members who are going to more than likely get a kick out of it, especially when you got the cute little Grogu roaming around, and then you got Ripley herself is in this movie. Ellen Ripley herself, Sigourney Weaver is going to play a major role in it. In one of the last trailers, she plays a rebel pilot or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what her character is, but yeah, she's in it.
Heck if I know, right? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, no, when you were talking about your synopsis for the series known as Papa, it kind of reminds me just a little bit, just a hair, of the Denzel Washington movies known as The Equalizer, where he sees something that's not right and something has to be done about it. So that makes it very good. It makes it very interesting, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, there's aspects of that. There's aspects of Nobody. There's aspects of Gran Torino, and then there's stuff that I threw in there that it just really catches you for a loop. Chuck Dixon, who, if you don't know who that is, I don't know why. He wrote Batman many years, Nightfall, The Breaking of the Bat. He co-created Bane with Graham Nolan. He wrote Nightwing. He wrote Robin. He wrote Punisher. One of the best writers to ever exist in comics, in my opinion, read Papa and said the dialogue was so real, and that ending really surprised him. He did not see it coming, and Chuck liked the story. So give it a shot. All you have to do is sign up. It costs you nothing to sign up for Papa 2. You'll just get an email letting you know when it launches, and if you really don't want to be bothered after that, you can just hit unsubscribe. But in the meantime, if you sign up and then you DM me, letting me know you signed up, you get a free issue. And everyone who has read it so far has loved it. Everyone. I'm not saying that, they're saying that. So tell me I'm wrong. Pick up the book, get the free PDF by signing up, and you let me know.
He's got it. In the words of Morgan Freeman, he's right, Kenny Calderon says, Shazam. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? By the way, Kenny, we haven't heard from you in a minute. How you doing, brother?
He's been busy.
I miss talking to Kenny. Kenny is just a fountain of knowledge. He's got so much knowledge. Kenny, we need to talk, man. Let's get you on the set. Let's hang out with each other for a while. Let's talk some. You know what? We need to talk some comics or some comic movie or just something. Because Kenny Calderon's a cool dude. Victor Medina says Papa is fantastic. You better hurry up on that Kickstarter for issue number 2.
Thank you, Victor. And yeah, Kenny's doing a batch of sketch cards for Philbo as well. Kenny is he's one of our Philbo artists, and he does amazing stuff. He's got covers that have been in stores across the world for Tragedy. Great guy, great artist, and honestly, probably one of the people that really has believed in me since day one and has supported me in so many ways. Kenny, I cannot say enough about him as a person, as a professional, and as an artist.
Good points. And he also remarks that he's been hella busy. Yeah, that's why you don't call, you don't text, you don't write. What's the thing?
I used to talk to him regularly. I haven't really talked to him much either.
Are you serious? Wow. Yeah. You don't. What's that website we had many eons ago? You don't MySpace me, like Kenny, dude. Yeah. Like I've known you for come on, dude. Come on. Throw me a bone here. I'm the boss. Need the info. Okay, no problem. What has your experience been like going to comic stores or other events where you're selling Tragedy or some of the other titles in the catalog?
I'll be honest with you. The stores that have picked up Tragedy, it sells very well, and there's people in their pull list every month. And I just did a free comic book day signing recently, and I was shocked and humbled that there were many people waiting there for an hour for me to show up. I was shocked. And I couldn't even get my books out before they were looking to buy something from me and get me to sign books. One of the people, he had every cover of every issue through issue 7 that's been solicited so far in the comic stores, couldn't make it, and he left all of them wrapped up, bagged and boarded with the store, and he asked them, he didn't care how much it would cost to sign them, if I could sign them all, and of course I signed them for free. I wasn't gonna charge. So it was a very humbling, very flattering experience, but at the same time, it was a very empowering experience that makes you feel like, all right, maybe I'm not wasting my time. Maybe I am doing this right. It's funny because I wrote to Chuck Dixon and I said, sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time. And all he wrote to me was, suck it up, buttercup. So Tragedy gets great feedback. I don't mean this to sound braggadocious. I'm not saying this. I'm just telling you what I'm getting. Everyone who reads all of my books, Arcane Syndicate, Papa, Shaman, Tragedy, Diary of Dread, Dynamics, Withered, they all tell me how good the writing is and how interesting the stories are, and the characters are relatable and interesting. But because I'm not a well-known name, it's getting people to trust that and invest in trying the book. But once somebody does, I get people telling me. I had a guy that said, I've been collecting comics for 40 years. I have over 100,000 comics, and Arcane Syndicate was the most fun I had reading a comic in the last 20-something years. Wow. That's a huge comic. Yeah, it's very humbling, and I'm grateful. It does not go to my head at all. I appreciate that, and I just wish more people would give them a shot and realize, because I really think they're good stories, and I stand by them, or what am I doing, right? I'd be wasting my time if I wasn't. I'm humbly confident that you will enjoy my stories if you pick them up.
That's very true. Honestly, dude, that's just
Yes! That's awesome!
I mean, no, honestly, I mean that is phenomenal stuff. I'm just, I mean, that's just freaking awesome. It really is. And what's his name? Kenny's laughing at us in the chat. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it. Still, you got to call Phil and I once in a while, okay? Just let us know what you're doing. Raphael's here. He says, "Holy Publishing Printing Distributors, Batman." It's Phil Russertt. Raphael, I think he's actually turning red. Maybe not. Fight.
Raphael is actually part of the wonderful fulfillment team that helps deliver our books to retailers across the world. So thank you to Raphael for all his hard work. He's been so reliable and so helpful and works hard when he comes here. And I'm grateful that he's part of the Philbo team. And he has his own Written Rich show, and he also does the Bit and Apple, and he's great supporter of the indie community, and he does live stream some shows. So Raphael is awesome. He may have the Ninja Turtle name, but he's even better.
Yeah,
he's better.
He does have that teen angst, right, like he does in the original movie. Because that's every time I see Raphael's name pop up, I'm like, "Yep, it's Raphael." And then I do. I think he's actually turning red. Maybe not. Which, by the way, it's one of my favorite scenes is when he throws the sigh at his brother, being like, "Hey, stop talking to me like that." Like that, Absolutely love it. He says 2 thumbs way up. Raphael, still to this day, and I kid you not, Phil, Raphael and I need to sit down, collaborate, do a show together, because Raphael has been meaning to bring me onto his set of his show for a long time. And Raphael, dude, sign me up, man. Let's go. I'm in, dude. I volunteer as tribute. You've got Phil on your show like what, 50,000 times, and I haven't been on once. I'm a good dude, man. I'm a popular mother effer around here. Like, in the words of Jules from Pulp Fiction, I'm one bad motherfucker. So, like, come on, dude, hit me up. Let's go. Just saying.
What you talking about, Willis?
I know, right? Pink Cashmere says 80s cartoons were the best. Yeah, to a certain degree, they were. There's some good 80s cartoons out there. I mean, granted, I watched reruns of a lot of these. Sorry, I'm a little bit young, but I do remember watching Spider-Man and then the spin-off series that was, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, among others, by the way. Just so we're aware. But no, that's great. I'm happy for you and everything the responses have been to, whether it's Papa, Tragedy, Shaman, which, by the way, Withered is fantastic. It's phenomenal.
Thank you.
I think honestly, it is. And I don't know if I shared this with you before. I probably did it, but like I said, it's been a while since Phil and I have been in a studio together / the same room, just chit-chatting. Phil, Withered is so deep and very respectful, but it also makes you think about certain things. And that's what I like about it. It's like, what if you did this? Or what if you made this decision or did that decision? You know what I mean? So Withered, even though it's a bit of a different kind of subject matter, it's very, very good to me. Philbo, very, very good to me.
Thank you. And I've been told it's very different. The antagonist is, I mean, not just the devil. It's
right.
This thing, and I've been told, the whole time concept was just interesting.
That is true. That is very true. And by the way, Raphael, I know what your schedule is. Okay, pal. You know why? Because you won't shut up. You won't shut up about it. You post about your shows every 2 seconds. So that's why I hate you for it. No, I'm just kidding, Raphael. I love you, brother. You know how much we love you, brother. Mondays at 7:30 Eastern. Wednesdays at okay. Wednesdays at 10:30 is way too late because I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning just so I can go to work by 7. Do you understand, Raphael? It's not happening. But Mondays at 7:30 is negotiable. I can do that. That is not too late. It's also not too early. So it gives me enough time to come home, take, have some dinner, take care of myself, shower, whatever. So yeah.
How far do you live from work that you have to get up 2.5 hours early?
Well, the funny thing, this is going to shock everybody. Raphael, this may shock you too. So I get up at 4:30. I used to get up at 4 so I could take a shower. I take this. I know this is completely off topic, but I take showers at night instead of the morning now. So I get up at 4:30 instead of 4. So I get up at 4:30, make my breakfast, which only takes a couple of minutes. Yes, it does. Then I have it. And then it also gives me, and then when I'm done having breakfast, washing up, brush my teeth, and all that kind of stuff, Phil, I use that last hour and change to do social media marketing for my podcasts.
Okay.
That's why I get up so early in the morning, so I can get that stuff done before I go into work.
What time do you get out of work?
I go to work. Here's the full-time job, guys. I go to work 7 o'clock to 4 p.m. every single day. And I don't get home until close to 5 because I have like a 45-minute drive because I'm taking back roads instead of 695 because 695 is very crowded during rush hour, as we probably well know for those of you who live in Maryland or any other state for that matter. So I take back roads, and sometimes the back roads have buses that are letting kids off the bus so they can go back home to their parents. So I have to keep stopping my car every 10 or 20 feet, Phil, because the red light comes on, and I'm like, can we, in the words of Independent, can we move it along? Come on.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
Exactly. That's what I got to tell him next time I see him. So that's what takes me so long. But the good news is I have a part-time job that is officially done for the semester. So Raphael, I can make your shows on, what was it? You said it a moment ago. Was it Mondays at 7:30? Is that it?
Monday, 7:30. Yeah.
Is that it? Okay. So text me. Let me know when you're free. Let's do it. Monday nights are good for me. So is it June 1st that we're doing it? So we may have to think about that. But yeah, text me, Raphael. Your people call my people. It's fine. Let me see. I thought I was the only 4:30 a.m. early. No, Charles. I wake up every single day, Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. Eastern time, just so I can go to work at 7 and work 7 to 4 in the shipping and receiving area of your friendly neighborhood Lowe's. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And yes, I get covered in dirt and grime and filth because we're lifting boxes, we're lifting packages, we're unloading the trucks. Which, by the way, for those of you who do shop at these kinds of stores, it's mulch season, Phil. So we're unloading a lot of mulch trucks.
Okay.
That could be to a certain extent draining because you're going back and forth because you have to, you can only lift one pallet at a time, Phil. So it's not.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I could lift like 3 or 4 pallets at a time. I'm pretty strong. I'm just kidding.
Sure. I mean, you're only 25, whereas I'm pushing 40, Raphael. So, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, 39.
I have socks older than you.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious, Clark? No, I'm just kidding. There's another one. Which, by the way, you mentioned this individual's name earlier, and I'm glad that you did because Chuck Dixon, the fact that he contributed to Nightfall and the breaking of the Bat, I remember my brother buying all those comics, Phil, and having that run of Batman because of how disturbing and messed up it was when the Bat was broken. That was a wild scene at that time, wasn't it? I mean, people.
But what I loved about it was Chuck didn't want it to be a gimmick. It wasn't like the death of Superman. It was really just solid storytelling and an evolutionary part of the Batman saga. And then Batman's journey back. One of the greatest scenes in a comic I ever read was a night quest, and Batman's coming back. He's standing on a gargoyle high above the city, and he's afraid. He's afraid to jump and swing off his bat line, which is so real because who the hell does that? That's like, you got to be a little crazy to be swinging across the city that high, just holding onto a line, a grappling line. And I just love how grounded and real he made Batman in a world that has turned Batman into like some sort of human god. He's a human that beats gods, but here he is. He's afraid to jump off that gargoyle. It was so human. It was so real in that moment. And it was just awesome writing. And I love that Chuck didn't treat it like a gimmick. It wasn't, he didn't write that story because he wanted to get the big sales that Superman's death got or headlines. He wrote that story because he felt that was what journey Batman had to go through. And that's why it was so good.
Good points. Yeah, obviously two of the biggest, most influential storylines in the history of comic books is whether it's the Death of Superman or the Nightfall series of comics featuring Batman. So that was a big deal. And like I said, I remember my brother buying all that stuff because he had a short or long box of comics at the time, and I would always ask him, like, "Where'd you get that?" I got it from a comic shop, and then he had the ones that were bagged, the bagged copies of certain comics. I was like, "Why is it bagged?" It's like, "Because it's special." I'm like, "Okay, are you gonna open it?" No. Why? It's a collector's item. Stop asking.
Yeah, that's the downfall of readership in comics. But anyway, and Chuck also likes tragedy, and the late Peter David, rest his soul, liked tragedy as well, and Howard Mackey. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's frustrating because legends in the industry, some of the greatest comic book writers of all time, are saying that they enjoyed my books and like my writing. And I get respect from a lot of industry greats like Will Spertasio and Alex Sinclair and and Chris Sotomayor and Billy Tucci and stuff. But the fan base they haven't caught on yet, and so it's a little frustrating to be acknowledged by the industry greats and appreciated and respected by them, but not by the average fan yet. So hopefully we can just continue to grind, and Philbo can start becoming more of that household name to where people trust in the books and pick them up.
It's very true. Very true. And yes, because you know what they say, if you build it, he will come. It'll happen. It will. It will, man. I believe in you. We believe in you. Raphael, everybody in the chat tonight is believed in you from day one. and we're going to continue to support you. I'm going to plug your Kickstarter, right? When it comes, I'm going to
I appreciate that. Thank
page.
you.
I'm going to share the page when it officially launches, all that kind of jazz. And it's going to happen. We're going to make some things happen. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it too, because, I got ideas for days. I got stories I want to write, short stories I want to write. I got an idea for Kickstarter I want to piece together as a one-shot comic somewhere down the line I want to put together. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to support as many people as I can. It's not always easy because, with social media, working these full-time jobs.
And who can afford to buy all these books all the time?
And that's another thing too. I can't get all the Kickstarters that are dropping every 2.5 seconds, which thanks a lot, Kickstarter, for blowing up my inbox. But but what I am going to do and continue to do, and someone has actually said this to me a little while ago, I'm going to continue to support as many people as I can. And people have come to me and said, thanks for sharing the link. Thanks for sharing this. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing the other. And I'm not doing this to toot my own horn either, Phil. I'm just saying that when people give me, some nice feedback like that, that means I'm doing something right in this business. So I'm going to continue to do it.
Well, you guys give us a voice. People like you do your show. You let me talk on and on about my stuff. I mean, where else are we going to get that? I can't. If I tried to go on like this to my wife, she's like, I don't want to hear it. If I, you give us a channel to express ourselves, talk about our stories, let everybody know. So that's very big. That's important. And whether it's how many subscribers do you have now?
Last time I checked, it was 2000, and I want to say it's 2022.
So whether it's 2022, 10,000, or 5 people, the fact that you give us an opportunity to reach anybody is a wonderful thing, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for saying that, Phil. I do appreciate. Yeah, once again, I love supporting others, and it's something that my family kind of raised us on, is being loving and caring to other people. That's just how at the time, that's how my parents were at the time. By the way, love you, Mom, love you, Dad, miss you guys so much. But it's we're going to continue to support I'm going to continue to support as many people as I can, because it's fun. It's sharing is caring, as they say on social media, which true, obviously. It just is. Jamie says you're going to get there, Phil. You're going to get there. You're going to reach that. You're going to reach the pinnacle. You're going to be like CM Punk. You're going to be the best in the world, man. It's going to happen.
It's funny that you use CM Punk because Jamie's actually a big wrestling fan.
Really?
Yeah, and Jamie's been a big supporter and with me, and he's done a lot of kind things and helped out a lot too. I can't really get into any discussions right now about things being worked on, but good things are coming, and Jamie has everything to do with some possible big announcements coming. So Jamie's a good dude.
Well, now, first you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. Just out of curiosity, though, if you were to walk out to a comic book store signing or something else, and you had an entrance theme music, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about that. I don't know. You know what? It's not this flashy song,
right?
That like pumps you up like a wrestling thing, but thematically, based on the content of the song, the mission from Rush, but something that's just like really energetic and like kick ass, it would be YYZ from Rush, which is an instrumental that is just balls to the wall, so good. Yeah, and then if I'm in a pissed off mood, it would probably be Stay Away From Me or Stay Away From Godsmack. No, or what's that Limp Bizkit song? Break Stuff.
Break Stuff, yeah. Which it's funny too, because I grew up when I was watching WWE at the time. I love the Undertaker's when he transformed himself into the American Badass. So whether it was Kid Rock theme song,
right,
or Limp Bizkit's "Rollin'," which by the way, both songs are badass. I don't care what anybody says. They're fantastic. Yeah, but no, I just thought I'd ask you that because we've talked about a little bit of wrestling here and there on the show.
You should have Jamie on to talk wrestling. He knows so much about wrestling. He's even done promotions with some wrestlers. He's deep in the world.
Well, Jamie, you need to do us all a favor here and friend me on Facebook so we can DM each other and figure out a time to get you on the show, man, because I still got plenty of open spots for the remainder of 2026, in case anyone's wondering. And yes, Phil, you're more than welcome to come back as well, or your
Thank you.
Team over there, like DM Ray Jameson. You know how much I care about you, brother. Raphael says you mean the Wookiee song? God. Oh, probably not. I mean, I grew up as an NWO fan, so I'd enter the NWO theme, or maybe old school Triple H My Time. You know, that
Yeah.
early night, was it like late 99 one before he switched over, if you know what I mean, Phil? So I'd
Mhm.
probably go with something like that if I were going to walk out to an arena full of people. Or what I really like to do is walk out to Eye of the Tiger because I love Rocky 3.
Nice.
So
Rocky 3, let me tell you,
I love that.
when the music goes dun dun dun, and he starts bobbing and weaving, and Mr. T's like swinging for the fences and he's missing them. I remember in the theaters the crowd going wild there too, and that just gets me every time. And the music, the horns come out real hard with that, and he starts dodging and weaving, and Mr. T can't tag him. Oh man, that's so good, so good.
It's a good point. That's why I like Rocky 3 so much. And in case anyone's wondering, we're going to be going to Fan Expo Philadelphia May 31st on that Sunday of the event because Mr. T is going to be in the building, Phil.
Oh, cool.
He is. He's coming back to Philadelphia. He's going to reprise his Clubber Lang persona, I'm assuming, or just Baracus from, A-Team, because my best friend who's going with us, Jeff, wants him to sign his A-Team van.
Oh, cool.
So
very cool.
That's going to be pretty special. If I get a chance to talk to Mr. T, I'm just going to tell him straight up, Clubber Lang, man. Love Rocky 3.
Got a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them all. I pity the fool, So If I get
Do I hate the man?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, it's right.
Yes.
It's right.
No,
Yeah.
I don't hate the man, but I pity the fool.
Pity the fool. Yeah, it's and Jamie says I work directly with wrestlers. That's pretty
Yes, he
cool,
does.
Jamie. You and I need to be talking some shop here, buddy. So send me a friend request or DM me on Facebook. I'm under Phil's friends list because Phil has friends everywhere. He just does. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Phil Russertt for being here on this week's episode of A Night Club. Phil, congratulations to you and your team and everything going on with Philbo.
Thank you.
Distribution, everything else going into it. If someone wants to know more about you and follow you on social media, keep up to date with all the amazing things that are coming our way, where can they follow you?
The best place is just go to my regular Facebook page, Philip Russertt. It avoids all the algorithm crap when you have a business page. But you can also go to Philbo Publishing. We have a group, Philbo Distribution, that is for distribution-related things on Facebook. We have Philbo Publishing and Phil Russertt on Instagram. But my Facebook personal page is the best place to catch all my rantings.
All your rantings.
And go to www.philbodistribution.com. Go check out the catalog. If you like the books you see, tell your retailer to, if they don't have an account with us, to sign one up and start ordering books.
That's a good point. It's a very good point. Thank you, sir, for sharing that with us. I'm going to talk to you here again momentarily, so stay with me. All the links are in the description where you can follow Phil Russertt or myself. All the links to some of the other things we discussed are in the comments section down below as well. Do not forget, we're on the road to 5,000, folks. Once we do, we'll have a live stream that will include returning favorites and some giveaways that you, the person who's watching or listening to this program right now, are going to be eligible to win. Also, the seasons are changing, right? So we got hoodies, we got shirts, we got stickers you can add to your water bottles, all in our Redbubble store, which is located at my link tree, linked down below in the description of this video, and it's also linked in our social media bios, respectively. So you can check that out. If you want to check out my short story, it's called Wolf of the West. It's a straight-up Western that was published as part of Veritas Entertainment's Western Tales Volume 1. You can find that in ebook, paperback, and hardcover on Amazon, or you can go to veritasent.com for more details. And yes, I have plans to write many more short stories and get them published as best I can. So in the words of Arnold, stick around. Don't forget, movie watch-alongs are on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we celebrate movies turning a certain age that week. And Anti-Quote is normally on Saturdays, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, unless we do some other areas of special programming. So stick around for that. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified of when the videos go up or they go live. And remember, life is better when supporting indie creators from all over the world. Take a look.
I've been a superhero for a long time. It used to be so simple. You catch the bad guys, do the right thing, save the world. Then I met Aiden, and things got complicated.
Iris recruited me as a kid and turned me into their own personal weapon. I couldn't see any way out until I met Marty. But now we're going to burn their entire organization down if we can.
Forces of Nature, books 1 and 2, Scorcher and Thin Ice are available now wherever books are sold online. See www.kellygentner.com.
All right, I'm a little tired, I'm a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.